What's up, everybody? TYT Sports, that is Denise Jones. I am Rick Strom. You made a ticket, didn't you?
Well, it was a ticket, and now it's become Charlie Brown's design on his shirt.
Oh, now I see it.
Yeah, you didn't see it earlier?
You are so artistic.
Thank you.
So, Carmelo Anthony, what exactly do we do next with this guy? Where exactly does he go? Those are the questions that we are going to ask, and we're also asking all of you. So certainly get at us on Twitter.
At Real TYT Sports.
Nope, at.
You know Denise.
Yes, and at Rick Strom. Okay, so Carmelo Anthony aging not like a fine wine, rather a wine bottle that has been.
He's aging like white wine, not great.
Red wine ages well?
Actually, I wouldn't know. I'm not too much of a wine enthusiast, but I figured it does.
Whiskey ages well.
Whiskey ages very well.
Bourbon ages well. Scotch ages well.
Yeah.
Is there any others?
Cognac ages very well.
What about Hennessy?
That's cognac. Get with it.
Secretly love Hennessy.
Really? Oh, it's not too secret anymore.
Fair point. So, Carmelo can opt in for over $20 million. Yet what I want to assess is, what are the teams that could use his services if OKC is like, give us anything? Just like, we want nothing to do with him. Yeah. We're trying to re-sign Paul George, not gonna happen. They have Russell Westbrook, they have Steven Adams, Andre Robertson's gonna come back fully healthy for next season. How do we get rid of this guy that won't come off the bench, that won't buy into what we're doing, that cannot compete as a stretch four, and put up some of the worst averages, not some of, career worst averages of his entire career in the National Basketball Association? What do you think will happen? Firstly,
like, where would he go?
Where would he go? What's going to happen with OKC? Overall thoughts on Carmelo?
I think Carmelo would be a good. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. Not
anymore.
He's a celebrity though. Regardless of how he's playing, he still has a lot more.
But isn't it about how you play?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is certain teams want celebrities and want superstars, and a perfect example of that is LA, right? Not the Lakers, but the Clippers. I feel like he would be a good fit with the Clippers. He has already a home in LA. He has the celebrity title. He's familiar with that lifestyle.
He has a wife named LA.
LA. And I think honestly, like, the chemistry that him and Blake would have would be.
Blake's not on the Clippers.
I mean, how did I say Blake? I can't remember.
Tobias?
Not Tobias. Shoot me another one.
Who?
DeAndre Jordan, no.
No, DeAndre should go. I think you're actually making the point. They don't have anybody.
They don't, and he's a celebrity. It would make a lot of sense.
So here are my teams. Clippers, sure,
and the
but
Wizards.
They're not gonna pull a trade. The Wizards, no, because they already have a younger, better Carmelo in the form of Bradley Beal. Shorter, better defensively, better scorer right now.
But don't you think he'd be a lot more focused because Baltimore is home?
No. I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I think at this point,
because
I'm going to tell you right now.
Baltimore is home, and some players play a lot better when they go back to their home roots. They start realizing, okay, this is where I fell in love with basketball, and he might become the player that we all grew to be familiar with in Baltimore, with the Wizards.
From New York. So if you want to go with the Nets, like, decent, because they're not trying to win right now. The Knicks are not going to take him again.
Right.
I don't think there's any real team on the East Coast other than this one that I'm about to give you that could be it. The Miami Heat hate Hassan Whiteside.
Right.
Hate him.
Yeah. You're saying for him to go to the Heat?
Yes.
Not likely.
And here's why you do it. They have 3 bad contracts. I'm sorry, they have 3 horrible contracts.
Facts.
One of them is Hassan Whiteside.
Facts.
The other one is Tyler Johnson. The other one is James Johnson. Now what you do, there's Tyler, there's James. Now what you do, you put together a package where the Miami Heat are like, yeah, we'll take your crappy deal, your crappy contract. You take a few of ours and we have a deal. And I think Oklahoma City could actually use Tyler Johnson. I don't necessarily know about Hassan Whiteside, but maybe you flip him for a few picks, not first. Second-round picks, try to package something together for a team that needs a center. Look, here's my main point. You do this in the offseason, you never know what center is going to go down because injuries are abound.
Of course.
It's always going to happen.
Of course.
So then, Sam Presti, once again, in his magic crystal basketball, looks like a damn genius because he traded Carmelo, got him out, got a few guys that realize, oh, wait, we're not playing up to what our contract states. Injury happens. He trades Hassan Whiteside, which I think is totally could happen and could be cool not only for the Miami Heat, because then you're like, oh well, we got Dragic, we got a few other young talents, and then you bring Carmelo in there to potentially play. Look, the Miami Heat are going nowhere.
They're not
going anywhere. So trade bad contracts for bad contracts. Miami Heat inherited for 1 season. You want to send him home? Go ahead and do it. It really doesn't matter. On top of that, OKC would then get young talent on horrible contracts. So that's one. You want me to keep going?
Okay, I disagree with him. His team agreeing to go to the Heat, but yes, please keep going.
He has a no trade clause. Good point. But if he sees it as, I'm actually going to get playing time and get the ball, and I don't have to play under Billy Donovan, who doesn't know how to use me, his own perception.
Listen,
I think it's a win.
I mean this in the best way, and I'll let you continue after this. He's a diva at the end of the day. He's not gonna want to go back to playing in a cold state.
Who are you talking about?
Melo.
That's Miami.
Oh, I don't know why I'm thinking you're saying Chicago.
Moving forward, the other one, the next one, actually is the Chicago Bulls, because they're not trying to win.
I think, and that's why I was looking at this
trade whoever aside from Lowry Markkanen and Chris Dunn. Zach LaVine's probably going to be gone.
Bro.
So don't trade those two. Trade anybody else and just let it be the Melo show for 1 season. Because let me tell you something, Bulls, I don't want them to be good. I want them to be awful.
Why?
Because they're bad right now. The worst thing that you could be in the NBA is mediocre. Because you're picking in the teens, you're not at the top of the draft, and you're not competing in the playoffs. Let me get this out. You're not competing in the playoffs. On top of that, you know what the Bulls should do?
What?
They should have been worse this year. They should have got a guy like Luka Doncic. They should have tried to get a guy like DeAndre Ayton. So now what you do, you inherit the suckness, and you try to pick higher in the draft. You know how you do that? Give the ball to Carmelo.
Fair.
Come on.
It's fair. It's fair. I agree. It's fair. It's
the Orlando Magic. He'll never accept the no trade clause, but that's another team that's not trying to be good. Lastly, we heard about this in the offseason. Portland.
Those are the only teams you got? You didn't even put the Clippers on there?
That's 4 teams. I gave 4 teams.
You didn't put the Clippers on there?
No.
You don't agree with him going to
Well, I don't think they'll trade for him. I don't think the Clippers want that.
Why Portland?
Because it was rumored previously. If he would
shut down.
If he would accept coming off the bench, which obviously he won't, what he could do then is add scoring to a bench that needed it this past playoffs, because man, did they get annihilated by New Orleans. On top of that, you know who vied for him? CJ McCollum. Put stuff out on Instagram, wanted Carmelo's services. So go ahead. But what you'd have to do again is give them a bad contract like we just showed in Evan Turner. So Portland, what are you gonna do? Probably not gonna do it. But I like my Bulls pick. I think that one's pretty solid.
Because they suck.
Because they suck. I want them to suck.